Is the government shutdown affecting people who work in and out of the ports? A lot of people are literally struggling right now. The foreign drivers that don't, cause any havoc, this message is not for you, but what's up, y'all? It's your girl Queen P, and I'm back with another video. And by the title, y'all already know what we are getting into today. If you are new here, welcome. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And to all my OGs, make sure you like and comment so I know this is the kind of content that y'all like to see. Is the government shutdown affecting people who work in and out of the ports? Is it affecting the truck drivers? Who is it actually affecting? This is what I want to get into today based off of what I am experiencing. So first and foremost, I want to talk about the government shutdown and how long it's been going on. It has been going on for almost 3 weeks now. It's been down since October 1st. And when I initially looked into the government shutdown, I had read that truck drivers were not going to be affected by the government shutdown. So I'm like, okay. As I have done further research, guys, we are definitely affected by the government shutdown. Now, like dry van and flatbed, I'm not sure about you guys, but I'm talking about people who specifically work in pulling containers in and out of the ports. And I'm not even sure if anybody else, like who maybe work in a different state and you work at a different port, I'm not sure if you're being affected. Let me know in the comments if you are. But I know in Texas we are definitely being affected. I'm going to start off by telling y'all how my week went in trucking this week. Y'all only worked 3 days this week. And let me tell you how the days went. So Monday, I worked and I only had one full round. So a full round is when I come to work and I have an empty or loaded container to take back to the port. Once I get to the port and the crane driver takes off that load, I go and get another container from the port and then take it back to my yard. That's one full round. That's all I had and I went home. Just one. That's it. The following day on Tuesday, I came to work and I only had a half of a round. A half of a round is when I come in and either take an empty or a load back to the port and then go home. Or I'll pull something out of the port and bring it back to my yard and I go home. Wednesday and Thursday, we had nothing pulled out of the ports. We had nothing released. We didn't go to work at all. Friday, I went to work and I delivered a load. I went to pick up a load from the port and delivered it and then returned it empty and then I went home. That's it. So this made me do further research. I'm like, dang, we ain't never been slow this early. It's only October. Now, trucking does have its slow periods and that's usually around the holidays. So we usually get slow towards the end of November all the way until January. In February, it starts to pick back up. I'm going to be reading some of the articles that I had came across just so you guys can understand, where I'm coming from. So it says, most U.S. Customs and Border Protection employees are considered essential government employees and will remain on the job despite the federal government shutdown that began at midnight Eastern Time. But that can change if the shutdown lasts more than a few weeks and custom inspectors start calling in sick. These are considered essential workers that work in the customs and things like that, and they're not getting paid. They're not getting paid. So could we even be upset that they start calling in sick? They're not getting paid. Working for free is insane. Nobody wants to work for free. I could even get frustrated if they do decide to start calling in sick and not coming to work. It says, while the federal government has shut down, many essential federal workers remain on the job unpaid. We just talked about that. The agency that inspects cargo going through the Port of Houston in Texas, 31 other official ports of entry. Any holdups bringing imported goods through customs should remain relatively brief, at least for now. At least for now. This article was posted October 1st. Today is October 18th. It's been 17 days of the shutdown. Things are getting real sticky at this point. And we can definitely feel it because we don't have no work. Nothing is being released, right? We have things out on the water, but nothing is being released. I think the risk you have is just a little bit of slowdown in processing, but that can change if the shutdown lasts more than a few weeks. It was already reported that customs were already reporting processing delays before the government shut down at midnight. on October 1st. What used to take an hour now takes 3 hours. If you have a shutdown and if that gets worse, then obviously that will delay a lot of traffic coming through the port. Delays can translate to financial losses for businesses that depend on those cargoes going through on schedule. The longer the delays, the bigger the losses. Those costs are typically passed on to consumers. The resulting supply chain disruptions can also translate to lost worker productivity or even layoffs. You guys know I preach financial literacy on this channel all the time because it's very important. And if you will, and if you can, people try to encourage people to save at least 6 months worth of bills just in case, right? Now, even though I am okay, I can just imagine like somebody who does not have it to save. Somebody who wishes they could save that money, but they are not able to. So they're literally living check by check. How many people y'all think are living check by check right now? The energy is so heavy in the world right now. A lot of people are literally struggling right now. It came to the realization to me, I'm like, wow, I'm really sitting at home in the middle of the week, 2 days straight, no work. I just think it's important to understand that you cannot just have one source of income right now. You have to figure out a way to make more money. You can't just depend on one job. It's just absolutely insane because anything can happen at any moment. Yeah, I'm glad that I'm able, but I also don't want to go and dip into, you know, the money I done stacked up to pay no bills. Of course I did it. I mean, that was a reason for me saving the money, because I feel like, you know, when it comes to saving money, that's really the only reason why you should save, you know, certain amounts of money is, you know, just in case. So I'm just like, who wants to do that? But this is what's going on, and the fact that we are feeling it. We are feeling it right now. All the tariff prices rising, and, you know, just the delays of the government shutdown. Now, just imagine when the government decides to open back up. Like, it's already going on 3 weeks. This is insane. Just imagine when they open back up. The ports are going to be so insane. That's not my favorite part about pulling containers. I hate when the port is backed up. Like, you guys don't understand. I think I've shown you guys videos when the port is like seriously backed up and we're in there stuck for hours. It's not a good sight. And this is what happened because when they had shut down for a couple days, when the people were on strike, we were backed up as well. So I could just imagine like being this backed up, and now this is stuff stuck out on the water and it's not being processed. It's going to be crazy once it picks back up. So I say all that to say that I did not have no trucking content to give y'all this week because it was so slow. I mean, overly slow. And it's not even just this week. It's been slowing down for a minute. Like, for the past 2 weeks, it's been like slow. But this week was crazy. I also want to talk about the new CDL laws and see how you guys feel about that, because they are cracking down on non-residential CDL holders, you know, people that are not from the United States and things like that. So let me read a little bit of this article that I was looking at. It says the CDL laws include mandatory downgrading of licenses for drivers with a prohibited status in the Drug and Alcohol Clearinghouse, stricter rules for non-citizens seeking a CDL, and a new electronic submission requirement for medical examiner certifications. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I do agree with the medical examiner like having to submit it online, because they be trying to charge us to submit our paperwork to the DMV and stuff like that. Like, why don't you just send it? Why do I have to pay you $15 just for you to send my stuff and let them know that I, you know, got my stuff up to date? It just doesn't make sense. So I do like that is mandatory for the medical examiners to actually upload it online, because everything just seems like a money grab when it comes to being a truck driver. Like, yeah, I got the $15, but why do you think I want to pay you $15 just to upload it? Why don't you just send it through? I'm paying you $15 just to press send. I do agree with that. So as far as for the non-citizens that they are cracking down on, you know, for getting their CDLs, they are requiring them to come in person to renew their CDLs. So they're not playing around with that. And there's a lot of foreign drivers, and I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but they are some of the worst drivers. They are some of the worst drivers known to man. Most of my bad interactions have came from people that are not from here. And they just don't know how to drive. They're very nasty people. I'm not going to say I don't disagree with that law, but I think it's mandatory because some of the stuff they be doing, like, is very dangerous. And as a person who takes my job serious, and I love to see enforcement coming into play, because a lot of drivers today think it's a game, and it's not a game. This is not funny. people are pulling heavy weight, and y'all, you know, I'm seeing people play hooky with a semi truck, slamming on brakes, just things like that, and it's always a foreign angry driver. So I am happy about that, because if you're not going to do your job right as a CDL holder, get out the way. This is not funny. It can turn into Final Destination quickly. Y'all ever seen Final Destination? If you have not seen it and you don't know where my reference is coming from, just look up Final Destination, and it'll tell you everything you need to know. It can turn into Final Destination real quick. This is not no game. So I do think that a lot of foreign drivers should not have a CDL. Typically just off of, because I think they just feel like they bigger than the program, or you know, that like the rules don't apply to them, and it applies to all of us. Now, you know, the foreign drivers that don't, you know, cause any havoc, this message is not for you. But it's a lot of horrible foreign drivers, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who feels like that. If you've had any experiences with a foreign driver, please drop it in the comments, because I think people don't understand how dangerous this job is. Y'all look at, you know, I don't know how, you know, four-wheelers look at truck drivers, and four-wheelers are people who drive cars and trucks. Four-wheelers is anybody with 4 tires on your car. It's not a game. Like when we're on the road, I'm not trying to play no game with you. I'm not trying to be in a rage competition with you. These trucks can take y'all life, and I don't think y'all understand that. So for a semi-truck driver to even be participating in rage driving, slamming on brakes, playing hooky with other truck drivers because you mad because they didn't let you squeeze in between 2 trucks, you know your truck can't fit, you gonna try to make it fit anyway. Those kind of drivers, I'm so happy to see y'all go. I'm not gonna lie, because honestly, if I was in safety, every truck driver known to man would know me. They would be calling me what I'm pretty sure they'd be calling out my name, calling me the B word. Oh, she's a B word. Absolutely. You know why? Because pulling weight on a semi truck is not no game. You could take somebody's family member. This is not funny. And the way truck drivers drive today, I still be flabbergasted. I still be in shock. Truly. Like, I'm literally watching out for myself every day. I'm protecting myself from truck drivers, not the four-wheelers. I already know the four-wheelers can't go head to toe with me, so I'm not finna get no argument or no car debate with no four-wheeler. But to be trying to play hooky with a semi-truck against semi-truck, I don't think y'all watch Final Destination. It's not funny. It's not funny at all. So I'm happy to see you drivers that do not take their job seriously go. If you don't know anything about the new CDLA laws, make sure you guys look them up and come back here and give me your feedback. But yeah, so back to the government shutdown. It's already hard enough out here, and the fact that there is a government shutdown in the middle of all of this, I just can't think of anything but just how selfish America truly is. People are literally suffering right now, and the last thing you need is for your money, the money that you are getting, to be swept away from you, right up under your feet. And then y'all expect these people to come to work anyway. I can't even be upset if people are not coming to work. And now work is slow for us as truck drivers who pull containers, you know. We barely getting anything right now. And I'm kind of nervous to see what the week is like ahead. I'm hoping that it's better. I will let you guys know once I do another trucking vlog. But right now, there's nothing to vlog in trucking because it's crazy. Yeah, I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about this and start a conversation. Hopefully you guys interact with me in the comments. I am looking to engage and talk about this topic. I'm trying to, you know, see where other truck drivers are coming from, how you feeling right now. Are you affected at another port? Maybe you work in Georgia, maybe you work in California, maybe you work the ports over there and not in Texas. It doesn't have to be in Texas. I just want to know, are you guys feeling it slow down? Are you guys getting work still? Like, what's going on? This is me tapping in and wanting to, you know, reach out and engage with my people and see what's going on, how y'all feeling about this, because we are definitely getting affected by the government shutdown. This is where we come to an end, y'all. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. Thank you so much for watching me, and thank you so much for any comment that you're going to leave, because I definitely appreciate all comments. I love when you guys engage with me. But like I always say, I will always try to bring you guys the best content, but I will always be my what? I will always be myself all day, every day. Bye.